she went through. And the one thing she told me, she was like, you know, whatever you do, just help our people.
Yeah.
Like help people like us. And I didn't even know what that meant.
Everybody has a different make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might just be like, hey, I want to sell 10 houses. I want to sell. I'm okay with just taking one vacation with my family a year and being comfortable, but living in a nice home and Greece. Do you like Greece? Like, that's just me going up to you and be like, hey, I wonder if she likes Greece.
Pink ladies.
Oh my God, we'd
Pink
be
ladies,
best friends.
like,
I'd be like, I love Greece.
You know what
I
I'm
watch
saying?
it 100,000
And then you would tell me. All right, everybody, welcome back to the What's Next podcast. I'm your host, Levi Casada, and my main man behind the camera, the Tony Hernandez. Say what's up, Tony.
What's up? What's up?
How's your day going, buddy?
This is doing great, man. Thank you for asking. How's your day going?
You know what? It started off a little rough today. I won't lie.
Yeah,
You know what?
You look a little off in the morning,
A
but you
little
look shiny today, right now.
Thank you. Well, let me just kind of explain my day right now. I'll explain this to everybody because you guys could probably, relate to it for sure. You know, I got a 6-year-old son. He wakes up this morning and doesn't want to go to school. It's a cute little voice. Dad, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school. I'm like, okay. I'm like, ask your mom. It's probably not
Of course
something,
you did.
Something not to do. And it's like, okay, but nobody can stay home with you. You know, Ellis has got, my daughter's got to go to school too. Like, so I finally get him out of bed, get him into the car, get him to school. I would say 2 minutes later, his teacher calls me and I'm like, crap. He already wants to be picked up. He's sick. He's not feeling great. Like, what's going on? She calls me, and a good friend of mine too. She's like, hey, Van is hysterical right now because he doesn't have cash for the book fair. And you know how it is as a kid, like the book fair is a big deal to you. He wants a couple of his good books and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm scrambling. I'm like, and I go to pull over I'm like, let me go to the bank and I'll come back. And it's like, oh shit, I don't have my wallet. So I get back in the lane. I was like, maybe I can get my wife. I see my wife passing me. She's like, nope. She goes, he has money in his account. So I call her back. And then you know what? Probably about 5-6 minutes later, I get this text from her and this great picture of him with his 2 books. Aww. And I remember that feeling. I'm like, damn, just a shitty day just turned around like so great. And that's kind of like what my day was going to be, you know? And then I would say about 1:40 today, I was hustling everything. And then this beautiful, radiant unicorn walks into this building. And I felt that feeling again.
Yes.
I felt that feeling when this woman walked into my life, and I knew it all going to turn around, and I had that feeling of those 2 books I got at the book fair.
Aw, I'm like your book fair books.
You're my book fair.
So
Well,
happy.
I want to introduce you to my guest today. She is the founder of Avenue Home Collective.
Yes.
She is the San Diego real estate unicorn.
Thank you.
My pleasure to introduce Melissa Sofia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. This is so fun.
Isn't it fun?
DJ over
Right?
here. Like you guys are. This is the best place. Like
We got it together over here.
Is it Friday yet? Like it feels like
it's close enough. It's Whiskey Wednesday.
Oh,
That's
I
what
like
I call
it.
it. That's what we do it on Wednesdays.
I'm in. That's better
Right?
than Hump Day. I never understood that one.
I know, right? So my story is 100% true. I want to let you know that you seriously brighten up my day.
Thank you so much.
You did.
It's so funny because my son had a total thing this morning too. Like,
Really?
I can't find my soccer clothes.
Oh no!
I'm not going to school.
Don't you just feel like the worst parent at that
Oh
point?
my
You're
gosh.
like, oh no.
I was like, well, you're going to school because
Moms are tougher. I won't lie. Like if I didn't have to come to work today, me and him would be playing video games right now.
Oh my God.
I'm just letting you know.
You're such a sucker.
I know. It's a cute little voice like, let me sleep longer, and he's just laying there, and I'm like, damn it.
I was like, I'll give you a hug. Now go to school.
Yeah, and then who has to take him to school though?
Yeah,
Not my wife. I have to hear it all the way there, and then
Actually, you're right. My husband did too.
yeah, and then the whole money situation. I don't know, but it was good, and it was the cutest thing. So, well, welcome to the show.
Thanks. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here.
Yes.
I'm feeling good. You're feeling good. You're looking great.
Oh,
Look
thank
at your
you.
outfit.
Thank
Let's just
you.
like everybody just take it in.
You know, why dress like a realtor when you can wear your cross jacket to work?
Now, did that change over COVID? Let's just get right into that. Were you always like?
I don't think it changed over COVID. It changed before that.
Before
I will
that?
say. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing real estate for 23 years.
Yeah.
And for a lot of that time, I would say I was just trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
You know? And I think starting real estate at 18, that's kind of what you're told. You're like, fake it till you make it, you know, dress like a professional, speak like a professional, and otherwise people won't trust you. They won't give you your business, like all of these things. So you get all of this shit in your head.
It's your mentors telling you, like, you're looking up to these people who are dressed to the nines every time.
Succeed.
Yeah, you wear a tie.
You have to wear a tie. And obviously,
heels.
Like, you know, I'm not a young, I may look young.
You're beautiful.
But I'm actually not. And, you know, there was definitely a time where it was frowned upon to do anything except for wear like a full business suit, which at the time was like pilgrim outfits. I don't know why we dress like that.
Right.
But whatever, it was cool back then. But I kind of just was selling like 10 houses a year, you know, making 6 figures, doing okay, but like never having these huge breakthrough years. It felt like Groundhog Day, like over and over again. Like I literally thought, am I just going to sell 10 houses a year until I die?
Right.
Or what is this? You know, I just never hit like earth-shattering numbers, and I chalked it up to just thinking I'm just not meant to be one of those big-time agents in town. And, you know, when 2008 hit and everybody got annihilated, after that, we just I was building up my business, and I was like, if I'm going to be doing this and just doing 10 houses a year, like at least let me be just me.
Right.
You know, let me show up wearing what I want to wear. And I literally changed my goal to being like, okay, I want to be so good in real estate that I can dye my hair rainbow colors.
Yeah.
And people will still do the same amount of business with me. Will still sell a $4 million, $5 million house with me. And that became my goal.
Yeah. Have you ever dyed your hair like that? Rainbow colors?
You know what's so fun? I have. My hair's been like every color now. I've had it like, you know, blue, avenue teal. Yeah. I've had it, you know, pink and rose gold and all red, all kinds of colors. So yeah, I haven't done the rainbow thing yet because I'm just like, I'm actually trying to make my hair healthy enough so that it doesn't fall out.
It lasts
when I do that. But I'm on it. I'm on my way.
But where in the handbook does it say, like, when you started, for one, you're a business owner when you're a real estate agent?
Yes.
Regardless if you're not going to your brokerage or whatnot, but
I wish every agent would realize that.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what does it say that, because like you were saying, it felt like Groundhog Day. It's like you pulling out a uniform.
Right.
You know, it shouldn't feel like a uniform.
No. And like begrudgingly going to work.
Yeah, and just,
hating every single day.
Right.
You know, disliking the clients that you're working with. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I want to do it my way. I want to work with people that I love. I want to work in a work day that I want to actually be a part of.
Yeah. And
so that is definitely what changed. It was before COVID that I was like, I'm just going to start showing up as fully 100%, like authentically, unapologetically me. And it truly changed my business. And I think a big part of that was, you know, I was on social media, but I was just like, when it came to real estate, I was kind of like hiding the real things in my life. So once I opened up my vulnerabilities, once I opened up what my life really looked like, I was showing, you know, me drafting offers on a counter while I'm trying to balance a baby on my hip and like cooking dinner, and myself running out of gas, you know, me skipping a work day and going snowboarding.
Yeah.
It's really funny because we have this tendency to believe, like, if we open ourselves up and we show up in this way, our clients are not going to work with us. They're going to think, oh, we're irresponsible, or she's too busy, or, you know, whatever. All of these things that we tell ourselves that it's going to actually prevent us from getting more business. But when I opened myself up and showed my vulnerabilities, it actually brought more people to me. It created conversations where people could commiserate with me. Like, I had this one story I posted where I literally had all of my kids dump out all their single socks that had no matches.
Okay.
There was like 1,000 socks on the floor.
Where do they go?
Where's
the other ones go?
I don't know.
Where do they go?
I have no idea. But we spent like an entire weekend trying to
match them.
I've never gotten so many referrals off of a story as the socks. Like, And it's because it makes you a human, you know, like
100%.
showing your vulnerabilities, showing all of the different sides of you, showing what you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. This is what a lot of agents stop themselves from doing.
Yeah.
And in reality, what it does is it brings people to you because they're like, hey, dude, that's what my closet looks like too. You know, man, like you're still able to achieve that much and you're dealing with exactly what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, you're that dedicated to your business that you are making dinner while your kids are screaming and you're writing my offer and I got it. I got the house. Like amazing.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
It shows you're more dedicated. It shows
You're organic.
Right.
It's you.
It's me.
You're humanized at that
Yes.
point. And that's funny you say that because when I was just telling you before we started the whole recording here is that I looked at your, if you go and you look at your Instagram, you're very professional still, but you have a good time. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be,
I have a good time.
this is going to be a tough day for me because I am starstruck. You do a lot of stuff. We'll get into all of that, which is going to be amazing. But as you start going down your Instagram and where you started and everything like that, and you start seeing the real you and it's the mom and like you grinded, like that's where people gravitate to.
Thank you so much.
Like that's a hard thing to do, is to be a business owner, to be a full-time mom.
For sure.
Of how many? Four
kids.
That's incredible. That's hard enough. I have two.
Like 4,000, 4,000 kids, it feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. I think, when you start to portray your life in this like way that is not realistic, like a lot of agents, they're just posting like power pose in front of their listing and always selling.
Yeah.
It's actually, it drives people away.
Yeah.
Because they're like, who really are you? What are you really doing? And actually, one of the things that I say all the time to my agents, I'm like, listen, when you're not showing up as fully 100% authentically you in your social media, in your day-to-day, in your conversations, in your emails, in your transactions, people have a higher mountain to climb just to get to know, like, and trust you.
Yeah.
And like, that's our whole business. We're in sales, we're in branding, we're in marketing. We're trying to get people to understand, know, like, and trust us. And if we're like faking it till you make it, if we're trying to play a part and, just kind of trying to be a different kind of person, then it causes an automatic disconnect between you and the other person.
Right.
Now you have to show them who you are, create rapport. I mean, and there's all of these different ways, like, there's so many coaches that teach like NLP and all these different ways to like connect, when in reality, like, let's start out as really ourselves.
Yeah.
And know ourselves, be honest with other people, and show up in that way.
Yeah.
So.
If you can be genuine, just be genuine to like, even if you're not really interested, but like listen genuinely.
Yes.
I think that's a big part
100%.
of like relating to people and having them trust you.
Oh my gosh. Curiosity, like genuine curiosity, I would say is one of my strongest, one of my strongest attributes for being a great real estate agent. Like, I'm genuinely curious about like, what do you want out of your life?
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to buy this home? Why do you want to live there? What's the story behind it? Like, it's exciting to me. Like, let me see if I could figure out a better way. Let me see if I could figure out something that would make you more money. Like, let me do this faster or whatever. What is your goal?
Yeah.
Like, I really want to know.
Yeah, you're asking the right questions, but you're genuine. Like, you're just not reading from a script going, okay, I'm supposed to ask. Okay, what do you want?
Oh, it's so funny.
Okay, I asked that one. Like, if you can be genuine about it. If you're not going to be genuine, just get out of this industry, because it's going to.
Please, if you're not going to be genuine, please get out of this industry.
It's true. I used to work retail at a hotel, the Hotel Del, and I was genuine because we didn't make commission or anything, but to make it fun for me, I was working in the retail shop when I first moved to California, and I would just find something about the person, like, oh, that's a great, rainbow jacket. Like, that reminds me of Grease. Do you like Grease? Like, that's just me going up to you and be like, hey, I wonder if she likes Grease.
Pink ladies.
Oh my God, we'd
Pink
be
ladies,
best friends. I'd be like, I love Grease.
You know what I'm
I watch
saying?
it 100,000
And then you would tell me,
times.
and then you'd be like, have you seen this? And I'd be like, no, but tell me more about it.
Yes.
But we've connected. And I remember like these young kids were in there. They were like, how do you talk to everybody? Like, how do you get comfortable? And I'm like, just look at them. You could just ask them where they are.
Oh, 100%.
Where they're coming from. It's a hotel. They're all coming from a destination. Like, where are you from? Oh, Idaho. Oh, how's the weather there? Like, just ask them about the weather and be like, oh, I've been wanting to travel there or something. Like, that's how you connect with somebody. And
See, this is why I like you. This is true. This is real. This is real relationship building.
Yeah.
And that is, I don't know, just a good human nature thing to learn.
It's hard.
What I really believe that every single person that I come across has something positive to add to my life.
Yeah.
Even if they're a shitty person.
Right.
and that lesson is like, I don't want to be like that. You know, then let that be the lesson.
So smart. Like it took me a long time to realize that, because there was a lot of mentors in my life that were great at the time.
Right.
And then I look back and be like, that was a shitty person to be around for 2 years.
Yeah.
And he treated him like shit and da-da-da. But for me, I'm like, oh yeah, teach me more about this. And then you get to realize, you're like, okay, I'm not going to do that to people.
Right. And at least through that experience that you learned, I'm not going to be like that.
Right.
I was actually on a mastermind call with Ed Milet yesterday. And one of the things he said is like, if you're going to experience something good or bad, if you don't learn something from it, then what's the point?
Right.
So I love that.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. So you've grown your business this way. Let's go back into like you actually diving into real estate. Your mom was a realtor.
My mom was a real estate agent. She started in like 1987. And she actually started as an accountant at Coldwell Banker downtown San Diego. And so many people were coming in with these huge checks. And she was like, what is this? Like, why am I printing all these big checks for all these people? What do they do?
Yeah. Is this going to their bank account right now? Like, yeah.
And they were like, oh, they're all real estate agents. She's like, well, how do I get my license? Like, I'm going to do this. So she was an immigrant from the Philippines. She came over here. She brought all of her brothers and sisters.
How many?
She was the oldest of 8.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they were literally dirt poor.
Oh my goodness.
Like really hard times. Like I
got out of the Philippines to escape the hard times, or trying to find the dream, or like,
I think an immigrant's heart and what they seek leads them to a place where they can build something and create more opportunities than what they have available to them.
That's well put.
There's so much resilience and beauty and just so much heart in that journey. It's really difficult. Imagine like leaving everyone and everything you know, a language that you're comfortable with, to come to a place where people like
look down on you.
Yeah, they don't think you should be there.
Right.
They don't want to help you.
They don't accept you.
They don't accept you. They want you to be just plain old American when you're like, I don't even know where I am right now.
Or they want to like put you in a job where that's where you belong.
Right.
Like that's,
100%.
Yeah.
And so I watched my mom go through that. Like I watched her learn how to be a real estate agent in an environment that was not so great for her. And her resilience and her nature and what she went through was super inspiring. A big reason why I'm part of ARIA, Asian Real Estate Association, I was just the past president from last year, is because, I watched her journey. I watched everything that she went through. And the one thing she told me, she was like, whatever you do, just help our people.
Yeah.
Like help people like us. And I didn't even know what that meant. I ended up in real estate and I was like, well, I guess that's over. Like I thought I was going to be a lawyer, a judge. I thought I was going to go into politics. Thought I was going to go like change laws. And, she talked me into starting in real estate and then I loved it.
Yeah.
And I stayed here. So when I found ARIA, I was like, oh man, I can make my mom's dream and my own dream come true.
That's amazing.
Like I can work in real estate, what she taught me. I can help the AAPI community. I can make things easier for immigrants. I can, create more homeownership opportunities for, communities in hardship. And I can also like change the world in the way that I wanted to as like a child.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
And you started a kind of not a foundation part of it, but like you raise money to help first-time home buyers.
Yes.
And that was,
gosh,
you started
absolutely.
That?
Yeah. So ARIA, we're always coming up with grants. We're always coming up with different ways to support the community. I'm actually going to Washington, D.C. next week to go to Capitol Hill. Storming Capitol Hill. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to Capitol Hill.
I don't doubt that, though.
Maybe I would.
She said it here first, people.
I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Secret Service just like looking like
they're
like,
hearing this podcast.
What is that? A pink dot just getting closer and closer.
A pink dot. This unicorn.
No, I literally, I will go there and I will lobby like different points of our 3-point plan to help serve minority communities.
Right.
And, the things that we work on are affordable housing, fair housing. One of the things that we're working on next week is going to be appraisal issues. Like appraisal issues in minority communities are a real problem.
Well, explain some of the problems.
Yeah,
like what's
absolutely.
going on right now.
So, our 3 points this year that we're going to be pushing on Capitol Hill are going to be data desegregation, because there are so many different Asian American and Pacific Islander communities. And we actually were only recently placed on the census as anything more than other.
Really?
Like we were other for a long, it was like literally Black, Hispanic, white, and other.
Jeez.
I know. 2019, like it just happened. Like that's how.
Really?
Yes, it's unbelievable. I didn't even know.
It's funny that you say that though, because like I'm saying, really, like I should be. There's not enough awareness
I'm
out there. That's
Filipino,
what.
like,
That's
I
what I'm
didn't
saying.
even
Like
know.
it's you're just unaware of it. You just are like, okay, I'm half Hispanic, so I mark that Hispanic box. But you know what I'm saying? It's definitely sometimes.
Sometimes more Hispanic than other
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
So, but here's the thing: what we don't understand is like we kind of glaze over that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then when it really comes down to it, the funding for our programs, the grant availabilities, making sure that there's language access,
Right.
really important things. Getting more funding for like just our first generation, for underserved communities at large. These things can't happen without data, right?
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why we're doing data desegregation is because now we have to figure out like, okay, so in the AAPI community, how many people are Filipino that are low income, that don't own homes? How many people are Vietnamese? How many people are Korean? Like what areas? What is the problem?
Yeah.
Until we can identify where the issues are, we can't start to solve them.
You're right.
So data desegregation is an issue. And then, battling and understanding why there are appraisal issues in minority communities is super important too. There was a time, in 2020 where the interest rates were so low. There was a huge part of our community that could not capture a low interest rate because when they went to refinance, their appraisal values didn't come in. So
Really?
yeah, you don't even know this.
Yeah.
In majority owned communities, in majority white communities,
Yeah.
they would reach their appraisal value.
Yeah.
Easy, no problem. They now have a 2.8% rate.
Jesus.
Right?
Yeah.
That creates more opportunity to build generational wealth.
Right.
Then you'll go into minority-owned communities and you'll see Black, Hispanic, Asian people not be able to reach the same refinanceability. And then now they have a harder time building generational wealth because is their payment as low as their neighbors? No.
No.
Can they buy another home with their equity? No. Like it's all of these things. So now we're trying to understand, like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Is this happening because of a natural bias? Is it happening because there's not enough oversight? Is it happening because, we don't have like codes of ethics in the same way that we have in real estate?
Right. Are they not wanting to grow that community because of the race there?
What's
like it's
the
just
reason?
what's the reason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's these things, it's forming these groups in our federal government that are going and checking out this stuff that's happening, figuring it out. I mean, it's going to take years, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a process, but like, it's just a start. Like we're
Yeah.
getting our foot in the door to figuring it out. I couldn't believe, like when I joined ARIA, I had been in real estate for 20 years, almost 20 years. And I was like, I didn't even know this was a problem.
Right.
Like I didn't know that we had higher education, higher income, higher credit score, and way lower homeownership rates. Why? What was the reason?
Yeah. What's the reason?
And that's what we're working to figure out. And that's what we're working to serve those communities and help. There's a lot of problems, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like systemic. And, it's language access, it's education. It has to do with the immigrant mindset and like just kind of putting your nose down to the grindstone, like working hard, don't complain, just model minority, just keep putting money in your savings account and just do it until the man says you're good to go.
And until, yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole sector of understanding that we have a high entrepreneurial percentage in AAPI community, and there's not as much guidance on how to formulate your taxes so that you can buy more property. So yeah, this is like a big passion project that it's more than a passion project. It's really like a service close to my heart.
Yeah.
And ARIA is the largest trade organization in America for the AAPI community. So I'm really happy to be a part of that.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
You not only because you've been here your whole life, San Diego. So like
born and raised in San Diego,
right?
baby.
It's a great city. And so like you're like, okay, I've made it. You're doing what you do. You do it great.
Thank you.
You build a great team. You build a great everything. And it's like
never feel like I make it. I'm just
girl, you made it. You made me nervous today. You made it. But I'm saying you are making it. And it's not just okay, so for like making it, I get like everybody has a different make it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it might just be like, hey, I want to sell 10 houses. I want to sell. I'm okay with just taking one vacation with my family a year and being comfortable, but living in a nice home and da-da-da. Right. So everybody has a different one. But like, not only did you're making it better for people.
Thank you.
You're making it livable for people who don't have a voice.
Thank you.
You know
so
what I'm saying?
much.
Like I'm gonna tear up, but it really is. It's awareness out there. So like, just today, you're speaking to me. You're making me aware, and hopefully, we get a lot of people to watch this. And I think the awareness out there, just for a lot of things, are not available or spoken about because we put our heads down. We check a box and we move on. Yep. We don't never ask the questions. Ask the questions.
Absolutely.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
It doesn't matter whether you're talking about like building relationship for sales or trying to literally change the world and change like laws and, create more opportunities for entire sectors of people. It really is that like love and genuine curiosity and asking more questions, more powerful questions, and trying to make real connection.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the things that, I guess made me the most difficult teenager known to man to my parents, but also served me really well as an adult. So I'm really happy to be a part of that. But
well, that's good.
Yeah.
Now you're at home. You're at 4. You have 4 kids home. Are you teaching them the same value? I mean, I know you are, but like, how do you teach the same values there? I know. Well, this is a 2-part question because for one, you're doing what you do.
I'm glad you asked it. Like, I'm the funniest parent ever.
Isn't it the best?
Yeah, but I'm like crazy. I'm literally like, I will tell my 5-year-old, I'm like, you don't have to always listen to authority. You can ask questions.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever. One of the things I teach my kids is I'm like, don't ever let anyone make you feel like you're not the smartest person in the room.
Right.
No matter what age you are. I don't care. I will support you. Like, if my kids come to me with a good argument for like the reason why they should have candy at 9:30 and they get me and I'm like, damn. That's a good reason. You know what? You can have 2 pieces. Like I'll give it to them. You want to give me a dissertation on why you should go out with your friends on Friday, and it's legit?
Like, oh, damn. All right, you go out. That was great.
For your negotiation skills, it's a yes.
I have a friend who this is funny, that just told me this because her daughter wants to quit sports. She wants to go into theater.
Oh, okay.
And fully like 3 girls, mom and dad both went to college playing sports. Like, this is tough. And they both sat down and she was like, I want to go into theater. I'm done with sports after like my 8th grade year. I'm going into high school. I'm going to do theater. And she said, well, they've had this argument. They're like, well, what do you think? Sports can give you a scholarship. And she's like, I can get a scholarship with theater. And she's like, I can get a scholarship with grades. I can get it. You know what I'm saying? She's like, okay, that's a good point. All right. Well, this is going to do this. And then the daughter would come back and like, oh, okay, that's a damn good point too. Like, what do you say? You have to actually be aware instead of being like.
I think it's really important as a parent to be able to put aside your own biases, your own traumas, 100%. Your own experiences, and like open yourself up to the possibility that your kids are right.
Yeah. Well, I think also like parenting wise is like you lived your life.
Yeah.
Like, you went to college and you played sports. That's amazing. Like, it doesn't matter what you want she's going to pick what she wants. She's old enough. She's in 8th grade, 7th grade. And same with my daughter. Like, I do the same thing. I thought she was going to hip hop dance and be in like movies.
Were you a hip hop dancer?
I always, damn it, Tony, don't even say anything. I've always wanted to be.
I didn't say anything.
I know, but he always tries to make me dance.
I was gonna say like, well, that means we're gonna like see how you dance.
No, not at all.
There's some videos out
Can you
there.
fill up his old fashioned again?
Somewhere.
But, however, my daughter got into really like breakdancing, hip hop, and stuff like that.
Oh my
So
God, that is awesome.
she started as a ballerina and then started, and so I was like, yeah, I'm going to those like I think they call jams and stuff like this. They're like, and I'm like, this is the greatest thing. And she got really good at it, and then she was like, saw her first musical, and then it just changed. And she's like, musicals, and I'm like, I can't handle musicals, but I support her 100%. I kind of dip in every once in a while and be like, hey, remember when you hip hop dance? Can you still pop and lock? And she's like, no, because she went to a little dance the other day. I was like, you should pop and lock. She's like, no, and I'm like, all right, whatever. But
no, don't you know you have to like whatever you do, your kids are gonna just do the opposite. So
they're gonna do the opposite.
Yeah,
I don't know why I try to push, but she's, she loves. I know you like musicals. I've watched your.
I love music. I love music.
Really?
I was in musicals when I was young. Actually, one of the people I was in musicals with all the time was Adam, who is now the lead singer of Queen. He went to Mount Carmel.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So, but I was in musicals as in middle school and high school. Just anything like live music is my heart. Like I when people tell me they don't like listen to music, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, music changes.
Terrified of you.
Music changes moods.
Yes, 100%.
100%.
Music is the magic of life. It is the fabric that connects us. I think it's amazing.
What's your favorite musical?
Oh, Grease.
No, is it really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Nice. I don't think I've seen Grease in musical form, Broadway.
Wait, what?
I know.
It's good.
My wife is definitely changing that, and she's, she goes to all of them.
Yeah.
But I saw you went to the Book of Mormon. I like Book of Mormon.
Oh, I love Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon,
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
That was hilarious. Yeah, that was a really fun show. Yeah, then I just took my daughter to, we just went and saw, what is it? The one with Lindsay Lohan? Why can't Mean Girls.
Oh, Mean Girls. Yep.
That was actually really fun.
Yeah.
Really good. I love musicals. It's awesome. But just music in general. And I love to bring that into like our events, even at the Avenue. We're like, okay, let's bring in live music for this. Let's have a DJ. I had for my husband's 40th birthday, like a huge 3-day festival.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
In town?
Yeah, in San Diego. It was in Rancho Santa Fe. We got an Airbnb. He dropped in from a helicopter.
Okay. He's in a he stayed in the helicopter though. He didn't like
Yeah. The helicopter landed.
Okay. Well, I don't know. If you look at your Instagram, I'm like, you're doing backflips off of boats, you're snowboarding. Like I could see your husband jumping out of a helicopter.
I can't wait to show you the videos from this. We called it EVC. His name is Vincenzo. So it's just like EDC, Electric Daisy Carnival. We called it.
Oh yeah.
Electric Vincenzo Carnival. And we had like 3 days. We had multiple like stages with DJs. We had snake charmers and stilt walkers and fire dancers and mermaids, like a contortionist in a bubble. Yeah, I don't do things like halfway that well.
No. You know what makes me laugh, because I did see another Instagram, is you don't take care of you, which is hilarious. I mean, you take care of this.
Yes.
But you also were like, I saw a video of you getting in an accident for the first time, and I'm glad everybody was safe about it. Yeah. But like 2000, you were 37 when you bought your first like new car that was nice for yourself.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like,
and you're like,
really bad at spending money.
I'm cheap. Yeah, you're really bad, but you do it the right way. You do it for the memories.
Oh, I will spend money on experiences.
I
will spend money on opportunities to grow.
Yeah.
I will spend money on spending more time with people I love.
Yeah.
But I have a really hard time. Yeah, like I have a hard time buying like luxury purses.
Yeah.
Can't do it. I have to absolutely love. One time I carried around, literally, I'm not even kidding you. I carried around $3,000 cash in my car for like a period of like 6 months.
Really?
Because I was like,
I'm going to buy it. Today I'm going to buy it.
If I take cash to the mall,
yeah,
then I will buy this purse.
Yeah.
And then I would go and I would try to pick one and I'd be like, no, I don't like them enough. It's too much money.
Well, that's why they created credit cards, so you don't actually look at that wad of cash and you're like, nah, I can't do it with that. So they're like, oh, this little plastic thing, of course.
I don't know. I just figured if I had the cash in my purse, maybe I'd be more like, no, it didn't work. Like nothing. But now, like if I do love something, if it's like now I'm like, okay, whole body, hell yes.
Yeah.
Then yes. Like I'm a person who really likes to listen to my intuition.
Yeah.
You know, like what do I feel? What does my body feel? I believe your body like knows better than your brain.
Of course, 100%.
Right? You can feel
for
it in
some
your
reason
gut.
you get sick when you really need a break.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's the higher being. We talked about this, and it's not a religious show, but like God, higher being, whatever. It's like saying like you need a break. You pulled your Achilles is bursted. Like it's time for you to sit down for 6 months and to reevaluate what's going on with your body.
Yes. I mean, that's one of those things. Like I looked at one of my agents, Devin Ortiz. He is an incredible producer. I like can look at him and I'd be like, you need a break. Like I already know when his energy is like running low and, you know, when he needs to, you know, cut himself a break. He's like, you know, and he just went on vacation. So I'm really proud of him. But I really definitely believe like listening to your body, listening to your gut, listening to your intuition. Yeah. And I teach my kids that too.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Your body knows more than you. All you have as many nerve endings in your gut as you do in your brain.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's go back to Avenue Home
Yeah,
Collective.
we could just like talk about whatever forever.
100%.
Oh yeah, we're here for real estate.
No,
okay,
do you know we're speaking for 40 minutes so far?
Oh my God.
I feel like I just sat down. No, but I really want to know where that concept came from. That's where I also want to know is like
that's so funny.
Yeah, like you're in real estate.
A funny story.
Okay.
So I got my broker's license in 2012.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm just going to be a solo broker. I was just starting to ask. I was starting to get asked questions by my broker at that time. Like they were like, "How do you do this?" And I'm like, "Really? Why am I paying you money?" So I went and got my broker's license, and I was like, "I'm just going to do this myself. I'm sick and tired of answering to other people who." Really
should be teaching you at this point.
Yeah, who I should have been teaching.
Yeah.
And so I went and got my broker's license, and my best friend got her license as well. She was like, "Okay, I'm going to hang my license under you." And I was like, "No, you're not. I don't want any agents. Like, I'm not taking on agents. I just want to do this on my own."
This is at 2012.
2012. And she was like, "That's too bad. Because like I'm hanging my license under you. I'm just going to fill out this form." So
that's hilarious.
Like, what are we going to call ourselves? And I was like, "Oh my God, fine." And I took my photo off my business card in 2003 because I thought that was ridiculous. I was like, why does everybody have their photo on business cards? This is stupid.
To this day, do you still not have your photo
on
there?
No, I haven't had my photo on a business card since 2003.
Yeah.
20 years. My mom was still alive at that time. And she was like, this is the dumbest move ever. And I'm like, no, it's not. I wanted a super thick card, which is now... Everybody does. Everybody does. I had that in 2003. I had a matte.
You're starting trends.
Dude, I had a matte card that was triple ply that had no...
The person that made those are probably like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what? Triple ply? Like, this not even...
real estate agent.
Yeah, what is it? You want to remove your photo and make it like... 2 times
cardboard. I remember people being like, "Oh, why do you have a cardboard piece of paper?" Oh.
Yeah, because you.
But you know what? I
away.
won a ton of raffles back then. Let me just tell you.
That is genius. Raffles. Yeah, because everybody's like paper. What the hell? Is this a rock in here?
Automatically get picked, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I got a bottle of wine. I got a night out and movies."
And then your name was mentioned, and everybody knows you.
Fantastic.
That's amazing.
It was back when I went to Caravan. So yeah, I basically started. And I did not want to have my name. I didn't like it. Wasn't already not about like the self promotion. I didn't want like Melissa Sofia Homes, like Melissa Sofia Real Estate. Like I just
you didn't
like,
want any of your name. Yeah.
I did not like it at all. So I was like, I'm going to be the Avenue Home Collective because where
did that come from?
Well, I'm telling you, like I'm old. This is what I'm telling you. Like I'm old, and so I was like, it should be A because. You know, we had a phone book back in the day, and like A was like, you know,
you had to be AAA. You had to be, if you were an A, you were golden.
So I was like, Avenue. It's like, you know, homes are on avenues. I don't know. And then Collective, I saw it somewhere like on somebody else's company across the country, and I was like, okay, I like that.
You didn't want to be group or anything. It was Collective.
But you know what's funny is at that time, like dispensaries were starting because like they were legal in California, but they're not legal in federal.
Yeah.
And so I got so many phone calls, people being like, are you a dispensary? Like, what's your address? And I was like, I'm actually a real estate agent. Do you need to buy a house?
Hey, well, hey, we could also get you some weed here too. You know?
I will include a bag.
Hey, you buy a house.
You buy
The
a
closing
house.
gift might have a little bit of marijuana in there.
Yeah. That's not a
That's
bad
not a
idea.
bad
It's totally
idea.
legit now. I
Yeah.
mean, but in any case, yeah, so that was the Avenue Home Collective started. I do not do anything halfway. So if we were going to do it, then we like literally made our own logo.
This is you and your friend.
Yeah, me and my best friend. And same logo to this day.
The
It's
little
just like
palm
cleaner.
tree.
Same
It's so
one.
clean. It's
Dude,
so clean.
I like made that in Photoshop.
Did you really?
Yes, I've done so much stuff myself, like piecemeal everything together. And because I just have, like things inside of my body that I'm like, okay, this is what I want. I can't find it. I'm going to create it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make my own way. And that was what I did. And honestly, I just built up from there. I have literally never recruited. We have 36 agents now.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But they have all been built from like really trying to help people. A lot of the agents that I work with now came to me even back then who were just like, hey, I'm having a whole lot of trouble with this deal. I don't know how to do it. Like my broker can't help me. Nobody in my office can help me. I'm like, I'll help you.
Yeah.
Like, this is how you do it. This is what you need to ask. This is what you need to say. And then they ended up with me. And
yeah.
So what we've really built is like a family, a really collaborative community. And my main focus is on just helping agents as a whole human and trying to help them accomplish their goals, not just for transactions, but like their life. Like, what do you want your day-to-day life to look like?
Yeah.
What do you want your future to look like, short-term, long-term? How do we make your goals happen and align with your day-to-day that you can like stay consistent with? Because, a lot of times we'll work towards these goals and we'll get there and we're like, is that what I even wanted?
Yeah.
Why did I work for 10 years for that? That's not even what I wanted. That goal would be at the cost of my family, my friendships, this part of my life that I love. Like, I don't want anybody to have to deal with that. So like, I really believe in setting your goal first, like dreaming really big, and then reverse engineering your life, like back from there, but making sure that your goal aligns with what you really want. I think the biggest failure that we have is often not really knowing what we want.
Right.
And just trying to chase like what somebody else tells us or what somebody else thinks is cool or is their goal or whatever. Yeah. Something our parents told us that should be our goal. Now it's ingrained in our system.
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of the keys to success are really self-awareness, a deep understanding of what you want and why, and then just going and setting up your life to achieve that.
Yeah. And I think, starting at a young age too, if you're a real estate agent jumping in this and you're aligning yourself with someone like Melissa here, it's like if you start a goal and then you meet somebody, like make sure they know your goal.
Yeah.
Because
oh my gosh,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
I'm hearing you talking about this, but I'm saying like, yeah, goals change, but like if the person that you're with is not on board in this industry and stuff like that, you can definitely veer off from your goal and stuff
true.
like that. So it's definitely the people like you who keep them in line and keep checking in on them and making sure and doing things that's like you said, you don't recruit. No. It's just you being a genuine person and helping out the community of the real estate, Yeah.
If you're just serving first, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean like serving, like, serving food, like serving whatever.
Right.
But literally just like meeting up with people and being like, hey, what are you working on right now? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, you starting any new business? Like, you need any help with anything? Like, for real. Because when I meet up with somebody, it's like my mind starts racing. Like, oh, they have a new business. Like, who you need to talk to is this person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to connect you via text message. Oh, you're remodeling your kitchen? Like, here, let me get you my guy. I just found this person that does countertops are super cheap. Like, I'm always trying to figure out like what in my network can I connect you with that'll help you. And I really don't worry about how it's going to return. I have like full 100% faith.
It's going to return.
It's going to return.
It's going to return.
I don't care.
It's
and
so
if it
funny.
doesn't through you, then it's going to come back somewhere somehow. I don't know.
I 100% believe in that too.
By magic, the magic of the universe.
My buddy's been calling my wife right now for some real estate tips, and he's like, I'm doing a FSBO, and she's just like, oh, okay. And he's like, okay, write that in a text, and then he sends that to the person, he's buying from, and it's like, oh, she responded great. And she's like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. And then he's like, what else? And
That'll
he's like,
only
oh,
be
you said
2.5%.
I know. And then my wife says like, well, I just ate $100,000 commission there, but it will. And I told her that. I said, and she knows it too. I was like, you helping out a buddy of mine or like our friends, he's a childhood friend. I'm like, he's going through a rough time and it's going to come back. And we're not looking for it to come back, but the universe does take care of people who are genuinely helping other people to
absolutely
get their goals.
In the most inexplicable, beautiful ways.
Right.
Yeah. I think there's not enough people out there who are focused on improving the world without any promise of return.
Yeah.
But like, that's the key,
That's the key.
And like, I know for myself, like one of my greatest assets is that I'm a super connector.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, Mel knows. I'm like, oh gosh. People are always like, Milk Nows. I'm like, no, it's Mel knows.
Mel knows. Mel knows.
It's Mel knows.
Okay.
And
well, there's a K,
there's
but
a K, it's silent.
That's right, silent still.
No, but and that's the thing. It's like I know somebody who can help you. Like I know where you should go. I know like how you should do this. Like and I'm happy to share that information. That's where that came from.
Yeah.
And I just really believe that my greatest asset as a realtor, as a friend, as a human is to connect all of those people in my atmosphere to the other people that can help them that they don't know. So yeah, it's a fun life to live when you are really like in this serve first mindset.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought Mel knows up because I want to talk about your Instagram. I want to you jumped on board. You did. In 2012, you were like first post. I went deep. You went like it was your
wow. You went all the way to 2012 of my IG. That's crazy.
Of your like 1,700 posts, I was like, oh, this thing is not loading fast enough. How do you get faster internet? But I do. I do because I want to see because people our age. We're not going to mention our age. We have a tough time with technology. I mean, you either embrace it when it first comes out, or you wait until it's too late and you're figuring it out now, which a lot of people are trying to figure it out because otherwise you're going to be behind. You embraced it. Because remember, Instagram came out in 2010.
I know.
2 years later, you were like, oh, man.
I know. I'm sad I took that long.
Yeah, but still. But you went in, and you went full in, and now you're still going full in.
Oh, my gosh. I was like one of the first people on Twitter.
Yeah.
And people were like, what the heck is Twitter? Like, that's never going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Twitter. And now I'm like, oh, that's a thing.
Hey, what's up? Hey,
I'm stuck around.
Still here.
I'm never averse to seeing what new technologies can bring. And it's the same thing as people. Like there is always something you can learn from every experience, every person, every technology. I mean, there's a whole lot of people who are like deathly afraid of AI right now.
Why? Stop doing that to yourself. I'm telling you, and we did, I don't know if you joined the whole thing we did with Billie Jean and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was for Sam May. That's my homie,
right?
And
that's the thing. It's like he said it correctly. Like, hey, don't sleep on this because remember MySpace? Nobody remembers MySpace now. Yep. But that's where it all started.
It's true.
True. So you got to kind of get in where you get in, and it's going to keep growing. It's going to keep advancing. Yeah.
One of my biggest advantages as an agent is that I do come from a very traditional background in real estate. Being in it for 23 years literally teaches you all of the old school ways, right?
Yeah.
But I'm very open and very adept at technology and understanding marketing and like what's new. It interests me. I need to know everything I can about what's going on so that I can serve my clients and my agents best, period.
Why do you think people are scared of technology or Chat GPT?
Fear of the unknown. I think it's a waste of time to have fear of what you can't control or what you don't understand. Why don't you just focus on what you can control and the things that you can improve? I don't know. Who knows? Like weird traumas and like.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's like look at all the people with iPhone.
80s movies. They're probably afraid of the robots are taking our jobs.
Exactly. Oh yeah, they still make those movies, but it's again like grandparents are like, I got those cord that are like, but now they get a.
Well, do you remember the days when it was like, don't put your credit card number into the computer?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But like grandparents are FaceTiming their kids now on their cell phones. That now it's like they were so adamant about not being like, you got to pick up a landline and have a phone and like don't this whole mobile thing. And it's changing. So get on board.
Exactly.
There are obviously bad things that are going to happen, and we're but you jumped on board.
Yeah.
And you're going to continue going. So where does most of your content come from?
So I really like to focus on a few things. I like to focus on educating and connecting, inspiring, and highlighting, my clients or my agents or like service projects or events, things that we're doing, like giving people a glimpse into like what we're really about, like what we're doing. So that's where it all comes from. I wish I could say I did what I teach. Which is to like create a content calendar and to like be very regimented about it. Now for myself, like I tend to be like really inspired by my day to day. I will have a conversation with an agent or a person and I will be like, oh man, that quote really like hit me and it was really what I needed to hear today. And it's really interesting because something that happens that we don't pay enough attention to is like a lot of us are going through the same stuff at the same time. A lot of the same moods are in the air. I mean, I don't know. It's like Mercury retrograde. The Pluto's in retrograde right now. A lot of these people are going through the same stuff. But
I don't want to buy a house until this next date comes up. Yeah, no.
Oh, no. I legitimately have clients who are like, no, you know what? I'm not going to do anything I'm not going to put this loan application until Mercury retrograde is over. So
I love it. That's them, though.
That's them, man. Be authentic. So that's cool. Whatever. We're going to miss out on this house, but it is what it is.
You're going to tell them the truth. Hey,
but
Mercury's not looking out for you.
But I really do. I'm inspired by real life, and I think that's a part of my own authenticity.
Yeah.
Is like, okay, what am I dealing with? What am I feeling? Like, what do I need to share? So I meditate every night, and
Before bed.
Okay. Like literally wash all the energy that other people leave on me.
Yeah, you have to in this industry for sure, 100%.
Yeah. And I really like to like recharge myself and really think about like what is a message that I can bring to the world? Like what is it that I need to know and share? Like what did I learn today? What did I learn this week that will help other people? And that's what I really like to focus on. So that's real. If like you're seeing stuff on my Instagram, it's because like it was from an experience or a feeling or like something that I felt like I really needed to share. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and I do want to. Do you do it all in one take?
Depends.
Really?
A lot of stuff I do.
Do you really?
Like they literally
Okay.
call me what is it? One take wonder. Yeah.
That's amazing
I
because I
try.
want to see some bloopers because.
Oh, I have bloopers.
Do
They're
you?
all full of curse words.
Are
All
they?
the bloopers. I'm either eating shit in my heels
Yeah.
or I am cursing.
Yeah.
Like I swear like it's
Do me a
good.
favor. Do one blooper reel.
Oh my God. That's a great idea.
Because
It'd
you
be
are
so long.
so good. And the only reason I'm saying this is because you are so good
Thank you.
at putting out your content that I'm
so
like,
much.
okay, Tony knows this. I struggle.
You do not.
I struggle. Well, this is easy because you're so
He's
good.
nodding. He's like, yeah, he struggles. He struggles real
How
bad.
much whiskey do I need in me before I can actually like get one take done? It takes a while.
Well, you're getting better because you've been practicing.
It does.
That's good.
You gotta have to take.
You know what? With anything, it's all about the reps.
Yeah.
Right? Like that is what will give you confidence is your ability to practice, your ability to go through the reps.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been doing like video and TV and stuff probably since like 2015. I really suck at it. I actually think I really suck at it.
You don't. But
Thank
anyways,
you. But
yeah.
Yeah, I will do.
Well,
a blooper reel.
your biggest, what does they say? Critic is yourself.
Oh,
your biggest critic
I
is
cannot
yourself.
listen to my own videos and stuff.
I won't
Like,
watch this podcast
No,
again
I
because
know.
I can't hear myself again. Like I had somebody come up to me, like a buddy of mine is like, hey, I listen to your podcast. I'm like, why are you doing that? Don't listen to my podcast. What are you doing?
That's the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
100% as a host, you're supposed to be
It's
like,
like not
hey, put
promotion.
this out. Like, no, I do. Did you get my back? Oh, there we go. It lost me for a second. But I do. Like, I am a critic, not because of my guests or anything. It's because I'm like, I don't want to hear my voice.
You know what that is? That's a worthiness issue.
Is it really?
It is. It's a worthiness issue. At some point, somebody told you something that you were like, oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't be doing this. I don't think I'm good enough.
Yeah.
So you just got to wipe that away.
I need to. I needed this today.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You know you deserve it, and you deserve to be here. And there's a reason why you're entrusted with an entire podcast studio to do this, and a whole bunch of.
I don't know why, but
professionals.
thank you. I really do appreciate
You're
it.
really good at this.
No,
I've
I've
been
just-
on podcasts with a whole lot of people that really suck.
Really?
so,
I just
yeah.
thank you. I really appreciate that. And Tony and I discuss this every time after our podcast because I go home and I'm like, oh, maybe I should have asked this. I always think about like what I should have done instead of being like, oh, that's great. Because right now in the moment I'm having a great time and I'm feeling it. But like me, again, my biggest critic is me, and I'm like,
For sure.
And I think people feel that way too. Of like, do I post it? No, I can't do it.
You know, everybody does that.
Yeah.
Like I did that last night. I'm like, I don't think this is worth like posting. And I just have to tell myself like, that is like my drunk monkey in my head. That is like a ridiculous. That is what prevents you from growing. That is what it prevents. And you know, that's our brain protecting us from harm, right?
Yeah.
But like, we know better. Like we have to understand, and this is the same thing with realtors being unwilling to like share like real education and instead going to like salesy scripts and like crap, right?
Yeah.
Like we know, if you know that you have integrity, if you know that you care, if you know that you know what's best, how can you not share it?
Right.
Like it is a disservice to your friends, to your clients, to your family, to the world if you are not sharing and you're not helping. Like that's just selfish because you're trying to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So like literally I have to talk to myself and be like, if I don't share this information about PMI being lower, that's just me getting in my head about thinking whatever about myself. And then how many people am I going to prevent from not knowing that a first-time home buyer is actually somebody who is, you know, single after a divorce and somebody who actually hasn't owned a primary residence in the last 3 years. Like how many people would I prevent? I had to read my caption over last night.
Right.
So I can be like, man, you know how many people are going to want this information if I don't post this? They're not going to know it.
They're not going to. Awareness. We just talked about this for almost the whole podcast. It's like, it's getting out there and being aware. It's just that it doesn't matter if 500 people move on from it.
Right.
It's that 501, that one person that said, I need this right now. You know, we're talking about, this might not air before May's over, but like mental health, like same thing. It's like that one person that just needed to hear the inspirational, you know, stuff that you're talking about and just being, you know, it's, don't be scared to do it. It's here.
What we as humans tend to do is we like start to give ourselves all these excuses. Like we should have done this. We shouldn't have done that. We're just shooting all over ourselves.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's just, you know, we have to figure out like, what do we really want to bring of value to others, whether that's in business, whether that's just in relationship, and focus on that.
Yeah. So let's go into a couple of other businesses. Sorry, do you have time? You have time?
I do.
Okay, because Tony's about to give me a countdown. I don't care, Tony. We don't care, Tony. You can give me all those countdowns you want,
You're never
buddy.
going home, Tony.
I told you you're sleeping here. Let's talk about your other businesses because you are giving back too. Your momcation.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we're bringing momcation back
let's
this year.
do it.
Okay, so what I found out, so as a real estate agent, I raised all 4 of my children, like literally, while my husband was full-time working. I was raising toddlers, doing mornings and breastfeeding and chasing kids around.
How many times did you have a kid on a boob on a call that people didn't know?
I can't even tell you.
Right. It's crazy.
Hundreds and hundreds of times. Like they have to eat.
They have to eat. Yeah. And they don't care if you're on a phone call.
They do not care. Yeah. They will take your phone and throw it across the room, in fact, while they're breastfeeding. But so, yeah, what I figured out is there was a lot of women when I was working and raising my kids who were like, man, how are you doing this? Like, how do you literally get up in the day? How do you fit this many things into your schedule? How do you formulate your time? How do you get support for your kids? How do you not have mom guilt? And I was like having all of these talks with all of these different women. What I realized is we could all help each other with our different strengths. And I was having so many different meetups. I realized I was like, I'm just going to do this thing together.
Right.
And so I created Mompreneur Meetup. And Mompreneur Meetup was a place where we all got together once a month and we would just meet for like a couple of hours. We'd have kids running around. We'd like go to a restaurant where there was like, I don't know, like toys, grass, anything. And I would bring like a speaker, a woman, a local San Diego woman who had kind of earned her way, had figured out just one little aspect of motherhood and entrepreneurship that they could teach other women. And I would gather these resources for women and help other moms start, grow, and scale businesses alongside raising families. And what I also realized during that time is that women and mothers, we need a break.
Yeah.
And
100%.
most don't take it. And a lot of times when they do take it, it's not necessarily in the healthiest way. It's not necessarily what they really wanted. Like, did they go to their friend's bachelorette party or their, 30th birthday or 40th birthday and, was drinking all weekend really what you wanted to do to like feel rejuvenated? No, not really. So I created a space where we could go and get served by a chef, and we could have yoga, and we would take workshops on how to parent at home with your kids and work, how to do iPhone photography, how to we would have like cacao ceremonies and like Reiki and get facials done and all of this fun stuff. And actually, I started in 2019, and we were about to do it again in 2020 and COVID.
Oh, I saw that you started in 2019. I'm like, how'd you do it through COVID?
I didn't. I like totally cut it out.
Bring it back.
Well, we're bringing it back this year.
Good.
I literally have a meeting with like my last like expert tomorrow to just make sure the date is cool. But I'll let you know because, what we realize is like that community, that connection, that ability to not feel alone through difficult times. A lot of people lost that in COVID, and now we're like seeking that community. So that's a community that I feel really confident that I can help because I've been there. I've like started businesses, scaled businesses, all while raising kids. Like my kids are 12, or my daughter will be so mad at me. My kids are 5 to 13.
Wow, you got a teenager?
I got a teenager. God help me. And it's true. Like she turned 13, and she's like a teenager.
Oh, like, mine's October will be 13. Wow. And I'm like,
you just tell me, tell me in October.
Yeah, let's.
Because I was like, no, my daughter's so nice and sweet still. Like, I don't think she's going to be like that. And now she turned 13, and I was like,
oh, no, mine's already turned like that. So I'm already prepared. Like her mom, my wife and her are just not, they're butting heads. They got to connect today. I just got some photos from them.
Oh, good.
But I'm not ready for that.
Well, I'll keep you posted, but I really believe whether, whatever your community is, like help that community grow, help them figure out what they're missing, like really be curious about how you can serve that community. And whether you're an agent or, just any person, like this is how you can build relationships. This is how you can increase production. This is how you can, just improve your life and become more successful no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
and I would say as a partner, let your wife do that. That's what you need too, is somebody behind you that says, like, you have to do that for yourselves, because I kid you not, like a mom to me is just like you guys bearing. You bear 4 kids.
I was gonna say you watched labor and delivery, and now you're like, okay.
I watched both my kids being born. I was right there with the leg and the graphic. I don't want to spoil that for people, but
I did not record any of that. So many people did, and I'm like, why would you ever watch that?
I never recorded it. I didn't record it because I was in it, and I'm like, what am I doing right now?
I was in shock. I was like, what is going on here?
What is going on with your body, and that can do that? Like
my husband
100%.
almost passed out. They had to bring him a chair.
I believe it.
Yeah. Did you watch the epidural?
I did not watch the epidural because I went to a class that said do not, and they showed the needle in the class a month prior, and the needle is like this long. It's flimsy, but it's like this long, and I'm like, I will not watch that. They tell you now to stay in front.
Yep.
So you can't see the needle, but
I saw everything.
What you guys go through, what the women go through, you need the vacation. You need to find, and it's not just go out and get hammered, but like go and find other women. No, you can. I don't care. True. Like go out, but you find other women who you're gonna, mesh with and need this great like experience.
It's not feeling alone.
Yeah.
It's like knowing that you're not crazy because you thought. You
100%.
thought that about your toddler yesterday.
100%.
And like, for instance, one of the things, I had a conversation with a friend. She was like, God, I want to get back into work, but I just feel so bad. Like, how do you do? And I sent her a message. I was like, you deserve to have a career that you love.
Yeah.
And be a great mom. You can have both. You don't have to have that be 18 years away, and you're not a bad person for wishing, hoping, and trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
And she's just like, man, I wish I could be around people who like would tell me that. And I'm like, well, you can be. You can be. Create that community for yourself. just
she's not the only one struggling with that. That's the thing. And she thinks she is. And that's what
that's what I wanted to create, as a community where people would realize like they're not insane for thinking and feeling these things, for having these wishes and hopes and dreams for their life, and still believing that they could be like a wonderful parent.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
I mean, we have to end this podcast somewhere, and I don't want to ever, but you're doing it right.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing everything right. The steps you took, you're beginning from where, like you said, your mom came from, she's an immigrant, to where you saw that. You built your career being a mother, which is, again, one of the hardest things, because giving into my child, like I would have given into him today. Like she was like, no, education's better for him. Like go to school, like just doing all that and having, and kudos to your husband too. You guys have been married how many years?
Well, we've been together for 23 years.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I know, and I still like him.
I know. Isn't that
totally
amazing?
Like him.
Isn't that amazing? That happens. But, kudos to him and strong men like that who are supporting women like you.
Absolutely.
And building you up.
It's not easy.
Not tearing you down. Don't tear down your woman.
No, absolutely.
And you keep going. You're building a team. Like I could go on forever. You're winning awards. You're building teams. You're coaching people in the right direction. You're giving back to your community. We haven't even talked about you giving back. Like your first page of like about us is about surf riders, like giving back to the earth.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for 1 second. I'm sorry, Tony.
Gosh.
I know we're giving you here, but you're like about us, and you're like, nope. We're gonna talk about our foundation first.
Yeah, I mean, this is our coastline.
Yeah.
This is San Diego. Like we have to take care of it. Who else is going to take care of it except for us? And who should be responsible to it? But the people who are, profiting from buying. Yeah, no,
you're right.
Homes.
You're like, hey, you want to buy a coastal property, but hey, let's also take care of that coast so your family can enjoy it, and then their family can enjoy it. And
and I think if we are going to enjoy this ocean, if we're going to enjoy the fruits of where we live, and we should also be doing everything we can to take care of it. So I 100% believe that, and I feel like we got to walk the walk.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing.
I will not pick like a random nonprofit just to support it. Like
just to be like, oh, I did this because look at me, I'm a realtor. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna apologize,
no,
but it is
like 100%.
But it's true. Like something that you've given back to, you believe in.
One of my agents like plants thousands and thousands of trees. I don't even know. I think she's like almost 100,000 trees. Like she's planted through her commissions, like her portion.
Really?
Yeah. I have another agent who donates 50% of every commission check to children's charities.
It's amazing.
This is the people that I want to surround myself with. When I look for people to be in our brokerage, like that's what I'm looking for. Like internal drive, collaborative nature, growth mindset. Like I can teach real estate.
Yeah.
It's easy.
We can make money. Anybody can make money.
Everything works.
But like actually putting that back into what you're going to look back at the rest of your life being like, oh, I wasn't, I hear this every time from realtors, like, oh, I wasn't I was a good realtor. I was the best. I was one of the best.
Yeah.
But are you really going to want to be known for that? You're going to want to be known for giving back, and your family can still
100%. It's so true.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things that shaped who I am, what I do, and why I'm involved in things is we never even talked about this whole podcast. Like I was 21. I worked with my mom. That's where we started this podcast. By the way,
100%. 60 minutes ago, we were like, wait, your mom got into real estate. And then the other way. Tony started over. Here we go.
Okay, we're going to start. Ready to start the podcast? No, I'm just kidding.
That whole hour was just answering the first question.
I'm going to tell you what, we skipped Would You Rather. We've never done that before.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we'll have to do it really, really quick.
Okay,
really quickly though. So when I got into this business, my mom was my business partner. I was 21. I had been working with her for 3 years, and she taught me the way that I did business, just like putting clients first, never worrying about one commission check, like worrying about how to serve a client for life. And, I worked with her every single day for 3 years. And then one day she and I were in the car together. She said she had a horrible headache. Literally, she wanted me to drive her home because she had to sign loan docs for an investment property. And I was like, no, I'm not. You have such a bad headache, you can't see.
Yeah.
I'm taking you to the hospital.
Oh, my goodness.
New Year's Eve, started driving straight to the hospital. She started having a seizure in my front seat. She was 46 years old and I was 21. It was New Year's Eve. And I was literally like going through Claremont, like driving through red lights, honking my horn, laying on the horn, driving to the ER. I was just yelling like, I love you, just praying like that she would hold on.
Yeah.
And we got to the hospital. I found out she had a brain aneurysm that burst. And so at 46, I lost my mentor, my best friend, my mother, and my business partner. And I had to figure out like how to live life.
Drove your mom to the hospital.
I did. And I never talked to her again. Like that was it. I lost her at that time. So, I was 21. I was less than 3 years in the business. I had a buyer's agent to answer to, an assistant and a transaction coordinator. And I had like no idea how I was going to do business, how to do life.
Yeah.
I had like 11-year-old brother to help raise. And that kind of experience is what shaped the way that I live today. Yeah. That's why like everything that I do has purpose. Everything that I participate in, I enjoy. Like I refuse to live life in a way that is not fun and joyful and purposeful and serving everybody, because like, what's the point otherwise? Like, we could just be gone tomorrow.
I'm going to tell you what right now, because I only know you through, besides today, and I'm about to like tear up, but like, I only know you through your Instagram, but this post makes sense, is that's where you got it from, is, you made your biggest deal in 1 month ever, and you jumped on a plane with your husband, 8 months pregnant. They weren't even going to let her on the plane, and you're like, fuck this. Whenever am I going to do this again?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably have done it again, but like at that time you were like, you thought about your mom.
Yeah.
You thought like tomorrow could be it. Like you changed, like your mentality is like, that's what you thought. Like, and don't spend it on yourself. Let's spend it on this memory that no matter what, if I was gone tomorrow, you're going to remember this for the rest of your life.
He's going to make me tear up.
I can't even finish this. Like this, I've never like, but it's true. And now, I get to know who you are, and that's where I think we missed out on, like when we talk about, I just text me, just, let's webinar, let's do a Zoom. It's like, that's where we miss out on this connection.
Right.
Because I only know you through that, but like hearing the story, I would have never known.
Yeah.
I would have never known. I'd been like, oh my God, she risked her child's life for being on, like, to go to Europe for like, she thought she was a baller at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like people think that.
People
it's
think
like,
all kinds of crazy
what
things.
the fuck? Like just sit down and talk to a human being.
100%.
And I get that now that you, like, that's how you live your life. And that's amazing. And I bless you for losing your mom like that. Like that's tough as a fucking, you're still a child at that time. Seriously.
100%, 21. Like,
and,
but I really appreciate that you see that, because, people can make up all kinds of stories in their own head about their own stuff, about other people. And we don't know what other people are going through.
Yeah.
We don't know what has shaped their mindset.
Right.
We don't know what their reasons are, like what their traumas are, like their deep rooted, like passions or their purposes or their, fears, or where they come from. So like, I think it's just having that, heart to like allow people to be themselves and to be gracious with others and to, give people a chance, get to know them. And, 100%. Like that perspective shift changed everything in my life and shaped everything that I do and every decision I make.
Yeah. Well, it shows in your career, because like, it's not transactional with you. It's it's all about relationships. And
no idea how much I've made this year, how many transactions I've done. My coach will be so mad at me.
Well, I know coaches got to do their thing, but again, for you, you're thinking a different way, and like, and you're giving back, and you're training. I think we're missing out on these mentors in our lives that are just not great right now, and they're just so, to have you in this industry and doing that and bringing that light to people.
Thank you.
Is 100%.
I will say I feel a change happening in our industry.
Yeah. No, you're right.
For the first time in many, many years, I really feel like there are agents who get it.
Yeah.
They're trying to change it. I feel like the amount of mentors that are trying to teach in this way and like be heart-led is actually starting to happen. I'm finding more people that are less dog eat dog and more like, hey, let's collectively like make things better for everyone. And it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for our clients and the community and the world to see that real estate agents are not car salesmen, that we do care, but it's up to us to
Right.
change that.
It is up to you guys to change that for sure. It's not just a paycheck anymore.
Nope.
It's like let's get these people and what they you're giving back. Let's forever home.
Exactly.
First home,
First home.
last home, like whatever it is,
Exactly.
it's there.
Find yourself at home at the end.
Multi homes to create a wealth for you and your future and your kids' future and everything. So yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, you're amazing.
I know we're way over on time, but now I really want to know, like, what are the would you rathers?
Okay, you want to go would you rather, so do you want to go finish the sentence? I was gonna finish with one of them.
I don't know which one's funnier, Tony.
Would you rather?
Oh, would you rather's? They're probably
Yeah.
not as funny, but okay, let's go. Okay, ready? Here we go. Would you rather be able to take back anything you say or hear any conversation that is about you?
Hear any conversation. I am chismosa.
I am 100%, right? Tony does it too. Yeah, I need to know, like, what are they saying
I want to
about
hear
me?
every conversation. I'm okay with never taking back anything I say.
Yeah. Well, you won't have to because you'll hear what everybody's saying about you, right? Oh, man, damn Melissa, what do you say? What's going on? Oh, nothing over there. Yeah. No, what about you, Tony? Same thing? I don't know, you say some things you should take back all the time.
Nah.
Just kidding.
Nah, I guess if I had to pick, I'll pick the same one. Yeah.
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 Yeah, you want to hear what people are saying about you. What's going on over there? All right, would you rather be the absolute best at something that no one takes seriously or the average at something well respected?
Oh, no. Yeah, I'd rather be the best at something that
The
no one takes
best.
seriously. I could care less what other people think.
Yeah. You it's basically our industry.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
That's my everyday life.
Yeah, that's it's like, well, we don't take you guys seriously. Why are we paying you that much to sell my home? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, no. Yeah, that one was an easy
I'm like,
one.
no, I'm actually the best.
No, I am really good. Please. All right. Would you rather have to wear a shirt inside out or every pair of pants backwards? I don't think. But the only reason I ask is because I know how old you are. So like they don't remember crisscross. Do you remember crisscross, Tony?
Crisscross will make you
see,
jump.
yeah.
How old are you, Tony? How do you not know crisscross?
How old are you, Tony?
33.
33. He doesn't know crisscross. He
will
was
make you
yeah,
jump.
You don't remember that? Oh, we're playing that afterwards.
It's gonna be like
Did
classic.
you ever wear your pants backwards just because of that?
Of course I did.
Of course you had to try.
Of course, and with suspenders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did, and like did that whole like dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
Jump.
No, I would much. I don't really care. I'll wear both.
You wear both. Shirt inside out.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I actually, quite often wear things inside. People
Your dress is inside out, ma'am.
No, that is like 100% me.
All right. Would you rather go to the past? And now that I wish I would have answered this sooner. Would you rather go back to the past and meet your loved ones who passed away, or go to the future to meet your great grandchildren?
Past. I would 100%
Okay.
go to
Now
the
this is before, like usually I ask these at the beginning of the podcast, so now I
Oh,
understand why
interesting.
this would
Now
have been
you know
interesting.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would do anything for another minute
Yeah.
to apologize to my mom for I was such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And to thank her for all of the things that she taught me that last a lifetime.
Do you see signs? Do you get signs?
Oh, yeah, all the
Okay.
time.
So she knows. She knows what you're doing.
100%.
She looks at you and is
Yeah.
like, I'm proud of you.
It was so weird. I was in Mammoth with my aunt was there, and like as soon as my aunt like walked up, like my mom's song came on, and we heard it together, and she was just like started bawling. We were both, me and my cousins, all of us were bawling. We're like, oh, she's here with us.
She's here.
Yeah,
She's there
all the time. I
Yeah.
get signs all the time.
I get that you want to go back and talk to her and
For
stuff.
sure.
That's cool.
Just to apologize for being a horrible teenager.
No, she's gonna be like, "Oh, don't care."
I was a
Like,
horrible
hey,
teen.
let's move on. I want to talk about what you're doing right now.
My
And-
horrible teenager stories are for a whole other
oh,
podcast.
well, that's the finish the sentence ones. That's why you should. I'm glad you didn't pick that one. All right. Would you rather travel the world for free for a year or have $50,000 to spend however you please? Now, this is
travel-
great because now I know you're very frugal.
Yeah, I'm very
On yourself.
frugal.
On yourself.
On myself.
So you have $50. Okay, I'm gonna put this in perspective. You have $50,000 cash in your car, purses. You're at the mall
it's travel the world.
for
Yeah.
You
for
know
free.
it. Travel the
right?
world for free.
You would have to. It's so expensive
Oh
to
my
travel
God,
the
are
world
you
for
kidding
free.
me? No way.
Yeah.
Well, 50,000 is not even that.
Yeah,
If you think
50,000?
about it, right?
That's like
I feel like if I
nothing
saw the
covered.
cash though, I'm all before I got to travel. I'm not a big flyer, so maybe 50,000. But
That's
where would you
why.
travel?
But can you imagine, like, what if you got like a mega yacht? Like, they didn't say how you could travel. You could
That's
travel the world in a
true.
yacht. See,
Nah,
this is
can
where
you
my
I'm not
mind
ocean
goes.
boat, no boats either.
No.
I like
You haven't
land.
seen him.
I'm from Arizona.
Oh,
I like
wow.
mountains. And
He can't get on a
you know
plane.
what?
He
But there's
gets-
drugs out there that can definitely help me get through it. So maybe travel the
patches.
world.
Yeah,
I would do it. Is it by yourself though, or is it with a person? That's the only thing.
I mean,
With a person,
I
would
would
say.
bring a whole bunch of people
Yeah.
with me. Whether
Where
they
would
say-
you go?
I'm a little bit of a rule breaker. If you haven't
Are
seen
you?
that already.
Hey, come on.
Should
I got
make
for
my own
free
rules.
travel.
Yeah, that's right.
Where would you go?
Oh gosh, where haven't I been yet? You know what?
I like that
You know
question.
where I haven't been actually? I've been to the Philippines, but I want to go to Palawan
Okay.
in the Philippines. They call it like the garden of like the beginning of the world.
Really?
Yeah, they say something like 85% of the world's flora and fauna are there in that location. That's why they call it like the beginning of the world. Like
That's
I
incredible.
know, so I want to go there. You have to Google it after.
I will
after
Google
this. You know where I want to go though? Where you were from? I want to go to Havasupai Falls.
What?
Isn't that where you're from? Isn't
From
that in Arizona?
No, Tucson. We're south.
Okay,
What
but
about
like,
Mexico?
do you know where Havasupai Falls is?
No, I don't.
Oh my God, we need to Google
Let's-
this too.
let's go.
I can't wait till you. I have so
Okay.
many things to show you.
You know what?
but
I've
I
been
gotta
from
get-
Arizona. I have not even been to the Grand Canyon.
Are
And that's
you
sad. I know.
joking me?
Don't, yeah.
Wow.
You're fine. I'm
I've
like
been there for
walking
30
out of this studio.
I
right
know.
now.
I've been there for what, 32 years? I grew
I've
up
been there like 5 times. How?
I know.
How dare you?
I'm a little
Call
old.
yourself from Arizona.
Dude, I'm 42. I'm going to be 43 here
Go
soon.
to the Grand Canyon.
I need to go to the Grand, maybe for my 33rd, 43rd birthday.
And Havasupai Falls.
Okay,
please.
maybe I can hit them both. Are they close to each other?
I don't know.
We'll look
I
up.
don't Google it right
They
now.
close to each other.
Maybe I could knock it out in one trip.
That's your grandpa thing.
Oh, that is.
Jeez,
I'm-
close to each other.
This is so going to be light out by the time I drive. I was just telling you how I can't see very well. Jesus,
funny.
God, give me problems here. All right, would you rather stay the? Okay, this goes into this one. Would you rather stay the age you are physically forever, how you are now, or stay the way you are now financially forever?
Oh, age, time. is
Time,
always
100%. You can make money,
Basically.
like
Yeah.
physically, right?
Physically,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you know, I don't know.
But I'm actually forever 21.
You are
In my
forever
mind.
21.
Yeah.
Imagine
Okay.
that.
Just stay this way forever. Yeah.
Yeah,
all good.
100%.
Yeah, you can, like I
all
taught, like I
great.
said, you can always make money.
Exactly.
All right, this is the last one. Would you rather be always stuck in traffic but find a perfect parking spot, or never hit traffic but always take forever to park?
Oh,
Tell me, what's
you
going on?
know, I would rather have never have any traffic take forever to park.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hate parking
Well,
so
you know,
bad.
here's my thing. I actually have magic parking powers.
I my daughter has the same thing where we always go, Ellis, manifest a parking spot right now.
Yeah,
So I
no.
love having her in the car, but for me, fuck no. I have the worst
I have
luck parking.
magic. Like we will be at like wherever is the worst place to ever find parking. Like
Yeah.
Padres game, you're at the minute that it's starting, and I will roll up in the first spot. Like somebody just pulls out
So traffic for you.
for life. Like magic parking powers.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know what it's like to look for parking. So
I would go the opposite way.
Really?
I would sit in traffic all day,
freaking
just listen to
hate
music.
traffic.
I would listen to music.
I
We
know, but
talk
you get
about
to
music.
listen to music while you're parking.
No, because I'm focused.
shit.
It's that old man in me that's got to turn it down and be
I'll tell you
focused.
right
Like,
now.
oh, my vision is not great because my hearing is loud.
Here's my toxic trait.
Okay.
Okay, my toxic trait is I drive like a mad woman.
I can 100% believe that. That's why you got a Tesla, though. That's good.
I know, but my problem is now I have a rainbow iridescent Tesla. Everyone knows.
Everybody sees it. They know. They're really
Yeah,
one.
like I legit have clients and friends who will take a picture and be like, "You're going 96 on the freeway."
That's
I'm like,
hilarious.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, you're like, hey, there was no traffic. Whatever. I got a perfect parking spot. Fuck you. Well, thank you so much. That was the last of the Would You Rathers.
No, it's my pleasure. Thank
Oh
you
my
for
goodness.
having
We
me.
could
This
go
is
on. Let's
super
do another podcast for sure.
100%.
Okay.
Like anytime.
Well, look in this camera right here. Tell people where they can find you. What's next? Like, what's going on with you?
Yes. You can reach out to me anytime. Please find me on Instagram and watch the shenanigans. I am Melknows, MELKNOWS, and I own the Avenue Home Collective. I'm really excited to connect with you. You can call or text me anytime. My number is 858-705-1922.
Awesome. Thank you for having. Thank you for being on the show. It's a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
Tony, Tell everybody where they can find the What's Next podcast. You're so good at it.
Well, everybody, you guys can find us in YouTube. Go there, subscribe, ring that bell so you guys can get notifications for the next episode that's coming out. Leave comments. Levi loves to reply to those comments. Just let him know how awesome he looks today.
Maybe I'll dance.
Cheer him up a little bit. He's been a little bit under the weather, but he's going to get better. Thank you, everybody. See ya. Peace.
All right. Take us out, brother.